So here is your lesson for Wednesday, May 13th, and this is the last lesson of the unit. So, today we're going to talk about other housing costs, okay? What it actually costs to run a house on a month-to-month basis. There's a lot that goes into a house, such as electricity, heating fuel, telephone lines, satellite service, insurance costs, real estate taxes, your mortgage. Lots of things go into it. So, in addition to your monthly mortgage payment, real estate taxes, and insurance payment, you'll have expenses for utilities, maintenance, and home improvement. Utility costs may include charges for electricity, gas, water, telephone, cell phone, cable TV, internet service, repairs, and heating fuel. The Federal Housing Administration, or the FHA, recommends that your total monthly housing costs, this is important, should be less than 35% of your monthly net pay or take-home pay. So what that's saying is, whatever you bring home every month, okay, your total monthly cost to run your house should be 35% or less of what you're bringing home every month, of what the money you're making. Okay, so for example, if you brought home $1,000 a month, it shouldn't cost you more than $350 to run your house each month. Okay, you need that extra money for other things in your life, such as your car, bills, loans, things like that. So, your recommended costs equals your monthly income times 0.35, that 35%. Okay? And your total cost to run your house should always be less than the recommended costs. So, number 1, Sue and Paul have a combined monthly take-home pay of $3,320. So that's what they're making every month from work. That's what they're bringing home. The list of expenses for May is shown. Okay, you can see in the chart here what they're spending each month. So Part A says find the total monthly cost. All that means is that you're going to be adding up all of these numbers in your calculator. Okay, you're adding up all of these numbers to find the total monthly cost. Be very careful when you're putting them in the calculator. Okay, if you add them up correctly, okay, they total $1,221.63. That's what it costs to run your house every month. Okay? If you're not making that much money every month, you're going to lose your house. You can't afford to live. Okay? So you need to make more than that in order to afford your costs. So, Part B says find the recommended maximum. So remember, the recommended costs is your monthly income times 35%, or 0.35. Okay? So, they take home $3,320 a month. Okay? Times 0.35. This number is not going to change, guys. That's the recommended. Okay? The recommended is always going to be 35% of your income. So when I multiply their income by 0.35, I get $1,162. Oops. Already wrote that. And no change. Okay? C, were the housing costs for May within the FHA guidelines? So, was what they spent to run their house less than the recommended amount? So their total costs, basically what it's asking is their total costs to run their house should be less than the recommended amount. The recommended costs. That's taken from here. Okay, your total costs should be less than the recommended costs. So, here's their total costs, and here's the recommended costs. Okay, so the total costs that they spent were $1,221.63, and the recommended costs were $1,162 and no change. So which number is greater? Well, 1,200 is greater than 1,100. So, no, they didn't. I mean, you can do this. It's okay. It's just the recommended. It's not illegal to spend more than 35% of your income. But they did not follow the guidelines. No, okay, because, I'm going to abbreviate, they spent more than the recommended costs. Okay, they spent more than what was recommended. It's okay. They didn't spend that much more, but it was more than 35% of what they're bringing home. 2. Denise has a monthly take-home pay of $4,100. The list of expenses for April is shown. Part A, find the total monthly cost. So again, total monthly cost is simply adding up all of these numbers. Okay? When you add them up, you should get $1,368.68. Okay? This is the cost to run their home. Okay? Find the recommended maximum. Okay? The recommended amount is you take their take-home pay, what they're bringing home, and we multiply it by 0.35. And you get $1,435. So, Part C, were the housing costs for May within the guidelines? Well, the total costs, remember, should be less than the recommended costs. Their total cost that they spent was $1,368.68. The recommended amount is $1,435 and no change. Which one is greater? 1,400 is greater than 1,300. So yes, they did, they were within guidelines, okay? Yes, because they spent less than what is recommended. Because they spent less than the recommended costs. Okay? And last one for today. Josh and Peg Ryder have a monthly net pay of $1,980. Find their total monthly cost. So we add up these numbers, a little bit easier this time. When you add up those numbers, you should get $691.77. That's what it costs to run their house every month. Okay? Or I guess these guys are renting an apartment. B, find the recommended maximum. So the recommended maximum, remember, is what they're bringing home, which is $1,980 a month times 0.35. Remember, 0.35 does not change. And when you multiply that, you get $693. So, were their housing costs for May within the FHA guidelines? Their total costs should be less than the recommended amount, the recommended costs. So their total costs were $691.77, and the recommended amount is $693 and no change. Which one is greater? 693 is bigger than 691. So yes, they were in the guidelines. Yes, because they spent less than the recommended costs. Alright, that's it for today, guys. Your assignment today is just like these problems. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Miss you all, and talk to you soon.